Hey gang, Chef Cutting here. I have got some great news for you. You may recognize me from Chopped and also from Amazon Test Kitchen. However, I am going to let you know that I have come across the best replacement for plateware that you can possibly imagine. In fact, this plateware, believe it or not, is disposable. The folks at Thynk have come up with this great, I'm going to give you a nice close-up here, this great palm leaf plate. Believe it or not, this plate is made completely of palm leaves. So it's completely 100% biodegradable. And of course, it's nature. So we're serving something on nature. And nothing but chefs would appreciate that more. Because what we make and the foods that we create, the closer you are to the natural shape and flavors of the food that you create, the closer you are to excellence. And putting it on something like this, well, I can promise you a lot of guests are going to wonder why you would throw it out. But in any case, it's not just important for me to just show you through just explaining to you how good the plate is, unless I actually use it in a demonstration. So today I'm going to make a very cool salmon dish using a miso reduction and a great pineapple salsa relish. And you are going to be knocked to your socks. Take a look. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my kitchen. This is Chef Cutting and I'm here to show you how to make our miso salmon with pineapple salsa relish. This is going to be an incredible meal and I'm going to do it very, very quickly, so stay with me now, okay? We have fresh pineapple, we have a fresh corn on the cob, an avocado, a red onion, a lemon, and a half a tomato. We're using the lemon and the half of the tomato at the end of the relish. We're going to prepare each vegetable individually, so let's get started. We have the corn on the cob right here. What we're going to do is we're going to place this in foil and place it in the oven at 350 degrees. If you have a grill, you can put it on the grill, same purpose, except it's a lot quicker. You just rotate it on a grill on medium heat for about 5 to 10 minutes tops, and this will be done. Corn is ready now, so we're going to put this in the oven for 350 degrees. You're going to leave it in there for about 15-20 minutes, and then we're going to pull it out and prepare. The next item we have here is the pineapple. Now this is the very most important part of the relish here, because this is going to add the sweet and savory. We want to keep this at the end. We want to keep that. So let's not lose that, so don't discard it. First thing we're going to do is cut it in a way where we can make the pineapple into shapes, and then we'll go ahead and dice it. Okay, very important that you have a sharp blade to cut your pineapple. The thing that we want to do here is cut right about 1 inch below the stem, right there. And as I said, we want to keep this. Now, the way to cut the pineapple is to just basically cut down the side like this. And if this isn't flat, go ahead and cut the bottom of it so it is. And then just cut all the way around the stems. The important part is that when you're cutting pineapple, that you remove all the eyes. You don't want all these brown spots, you just want that. So when you're cutting it, make sure you're cutting deep enough to pull all of that out. There we go. You should need about half the pineapple to do this, so we're just going to cut half of it. I'm going to put a little slice down the middle here. Then I'm going to cut it like so. And then I'm going to cut it in the middle right there. Now you have nice diced ones right here. Now that we've cut the pineapple up into nice bite-sized pieces, we can go ahead and we can move on to next fruit. Okay, now we have the top of the pineapple and we want to keep these leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top here like so, cut that off, and then I'm going to cut this into pieces like so, making sure that I keep the knife away from my hand, okay? If you have a cleaver, sometimes that's cool too. You want to cut this in half, like that, and then you want to cut it in quarters. And now we have it in 5 equal pieces. So this is what we want to plate up our dinner tonight with our salmon. So we have the tails now into 5 pieces, and we can use these for a great garnish. And then we're going to cut either end, one here and then one there. Pull away the membrane like so, and now we're with a nice good piece of red onion. Again, using a similar technique like we used with the pineapple, we're going to go ahead and cut the inside of the onion like so. Okay, once we've sliced under the middle like this 2 times, then we're going to go ahead and give each one of these a slice on the top. I usually do 5 or 6, right? And then you're just going to keep your fingers flush with the blade like that, and you're just going to cut down like this and get a fine minced red onion like so. See that? You don't need a machine when you do stuff like this. It's a great technique and it makes it a lot simpler. The finer you want it, the thinner you slice it. But this is going to do just fine. We have half of a tomato here. We're just going to simply cut this like so into little small squares. We want to keep the seeds. We're going to keep all of that together. And we just want to have a nice little and there we have it. We have a nice little diced tomato here. Last piece we're going to work on is the avocado. We have the avocado right here. We're just going to slice this in the middle like so. We're just going to follow it all the way around until we get to the middle like so. We're just going to go ahead and twist it like that. You take the knife, put it in there, twist it just a little, and you pull the pit right out. What we're going to do here is we're going to use a spoon, and we're just going to scoop out the avocado and dice it. In this instance, we're going to put the avocado into a bowl, and we're going to use half of the lemon now just to keep the avocado in a good shape and also to keep its color. So we're going to cut half the lemon. We're just going to squeeze that lemon onto the avocado, and then using the spoon, we're going to lightly toss the avocado in that juice. And then we're going to put this to one side. Okay, I've washed the mushrooms, and now I'm just going to go ahead and pop the stems out like so. And it's pretty easy. I'm going to place the stems to one side. And then what we're going to do with these is very simple. We're just going to saute these in a little bit of butter and cilantro. And then we're going to place a little bit of cheese inside them, and we're going to put them on the plate to finish the plate. Okay, I have here a bunch of cilantro or coriander leaf. What I'm going to do is I'm going to destem this, and then I'm going to have part of it chopped up into pieces for the mushrooms, and then the other part I'm going to have as leaves for our final garnish. It's going to look very, very dramatic. We call these bouquets. We have a bouquet of cilantro there, and we have our chopped cilantro for our mushrooms and garnish. And finally, the finished corn. We pulled it from the oven. It's nice and hot now, cooked within its own stem. It's going to be pretty hot, so you're going to have to be very, very careful when you're pulling these off of the corn. Now that it's fully cooked, we're just simply going to take the corn. We're going to cut the bottom like so. And then from the top down, you're just going to cut the kernels as close to the husk as you can. Now that we finished cutting the corn off the husk, we're now ready to assemble our pineapple salsa relish. Let's do this. Okay, I just thought I would show you how these mushrooms turned out really beautiful here. We've got the cheese all melted inside, and they're sauteed with a wonderful cilantro leaf with butter, salt and pepper. Very simple, just place them in the oven for about 2 minutes along with the corn. And then put them to one side so you're ready to garnish. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started with the relish. The first thing we're going to do is make the sauce. So we're going to do that by adding a little bit of sesame seed oil, probably about a tablespoon of that. And then we're going to go ahead and put a few dashes of soy sauce in there. Not a lot, because you're going to have a lot of salt anyway. And then we're going to put a little bit of honey in there, probably about a teaspoon. And then after that, a few shakes of some powdered garlic, A few shakes, and this is optional. You don't necessarily have to do this if you don't want to, but I'm going to put a little bit of coriander to time with the cilantro. This is ground coriander seed. And then I have this cool spice called Tajin, which is a classical seasoning spice which has a little bit of lime in it. It's kind of tangy, so I like to put that in there as well. And then just put a little pinch of salt, not a lot because you got the soy sauce in there as well. And then we're going to take a whisk and we're going to whisk that all up. Now it may not seem like a lot, but we're not looking to make a real big sauce here. We're just looking to make something to cover our relish. So there shouldn't be more than maybe 2 tablespoons of sauce in the bowl for the whole relish. You'll see what I mean in just a second. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our corn in there. And we're going to put that in there. Then we're going to take our pineapple and we're going to put that in there. Okay? Now, once that's done, we're just going to lightly toss it in the bowl. And let's just make sure that it's evenly distributed before we put the rest of it in there. Red onion in, and the tomato. I'm going to toss all that in there as well. Now it's beginning to really look like a cool salsa relish. Alright, now the last piece we're going to do is put the chopped cilantro in there to add some green to it. And there you have it. That is your relish for the salmon. Now you want to make this relish before you prepare the salmon because the relish needs to sit for a few. I'm going to give you an option for the relish as well. If you'd like to make it a little spicy, you're just going to add a little bit of chili pepper. This is only optional, you don't have to do this, but if you want to make it spicy, just put about a half a teaspoon of chili pepper in there. And in actuality, the pineapple tastes really, really good with a little bit of pop like that. So, we're going to let this sit now for about an hour in the fridge so it can get nice and chilled. And then we're going to serve it with our salmon. So let's get started with the salmon. Nice big flank of salmon. This is about 1.5 pounds. I'm going to cut this into 5 equal parts. So we're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's 5. Now I'm going to take the salmon, I'm going to put it into a small bowl, and I'm going to put this into a little bit of a marinade. So we're going to season these salmon pieces like so, and we're going to put them into a little bit of a marinade so that they can adopt a really nice flavor. Add a little bit of miso sauce, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of garlic, powdered garlic, and I'm going to add just a little bit of cayenne pepper. If you have a pepper grinder, I would suggest use some fresh ground pepper too, but if not, it's quite okay. You can just use regular pepper. Just going to mix these up a little, make sure that it gets nice and covered and everything. There we go. Nice. And then I'm going to cook this at 350 degrees for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. I just want this to get nice and orange on the outside and a little medium rare on the inside. This is an excellent piece of salmon. Let's get it in the oven right now.